Hey guys, welcome back to the Outdoor Navigator. So, I've made it out fishing again, finally. I mean, things have come up and I just have not got to do the amount of fishing that I wanted to do this year, that's for sure. But here it is, November 6th. This is probably going to be it. I know a lot of people out there be like, you're crazy, but I just don't really do much fishing late fall or into the winter. Right now it's about mid-fall, and I don't know, it's a beautiful day today. The wind is supposed to pick up here after a while, but I made myself back over to my local favorite, Wilgreen Lake. You can see, I mean, most of the leaves have fallen off already. The water looks really good, but today I'm going to do some fishing. I'll kind of show you what I've got set up with and everything here in a minute, but I'm gonna cruise up the lake and I'm gonna fish my way back. So I'm gonna go ahead. It's still a little cool out, so it's the perfect time to start pedaling and build some heat. So I'm gonna cruise on up through here and I'm gonna fish my way back. This lake's been closed since July for them to work on that boat ramp, so it hasn't had much pressure. I'm hoping that equates to lots of fish, but I don't know, we'll see. There's quite a few people over here today that probably have the same idea, so we'll see what happens. Let's go. All right, so I'm starting off today fishing a chatterbait. All right, now I'll kind of show you what it looks like here. I went with a little bit darker color. I did notice the water's kind of stained, so got that red and orange and black mixture there, okay, with that double curl tail. So, you know, I don't know, I've had luck in the past with chatterbaits this time of year, so, you know, we'll see what happens. I mean, I don't know. We got the water is 59 degrees, so it's a little cool. But hopefully we got these bass. I don't know if y'all can see this. Check that out. What is that, a mink? I see a mink over on the bank. That's pretty cool. Now my retrieve, I'm just kind of fishing it real slow, and then I'll bump it every once in a while. You know, I'm trying to let it get down there just a little bit deeper. So, you know, we'll see what that does. Just a slow retrieve and then a bump every once in a while. Be interesting. Haven't fished in a while, so hopefully we don't have a show on with hang-ups. We'll see how it goes. It does feel good to be back out though. I mean, like I said, I just haven't got to do the fishing that I wanted to do this year, and it seems like every year I say the exact same thing. And you know, and then you always say, well, next year it's going to be different. And then it ends up being the same old thing. So I don't know. It's just sometimes life gets the better of us. But you know, when you do get a chance to get out, you know, hey, take advantage of it. That's what I try to do. I'm gonna get out here a little bit. We're sitting in 17 foot of water. We're gonna let it get down there a little bit. Right now the wind's not too bad, but when I was looking it said it might be 10 to 20 miles an hour today, which is not going to be ideal, especially when you're out kayak fishing where kayaks float so high up on the water. I mean, you get a little bit of wind, I mean, it turns, it just keeps you busy trying to keep your boat in the right spot all day. Now this pedal drive kayak that I have, it does help a whole lot with that, with boat positioning, but when you got a paddle in your hand, because I remember, it makes it interesting for sure. I mean, we got all kinds of stick ups and lay downs and everything else over. But I think it's a little bit too cold. I don't think we're sitting on the bank with these fish. So, you know, we'll probably have to get on this graph and try to find us some drop-offs or some structure here after a while and try to fish that. May even pick up the pace a little bit and bust a crankbait here in a second. Just cover some water. Uh-oh. I think I've got a hold of something. Dang fish. I don't want this. I hung it. I don't want to lose this bait. So I'm over here. See what's it. Oh, well, came out. I hope that wasn't a fish. If it was, man, it was a big one. We'll say it was. I missed a big one just then. Missed a big one. Told a big lie. I missed a big one. So chatterbaits, I mean, there's a bunch of ways to fish them. You can cast them out there and just reel them back in. You can let them sink down and almost drag the bottom like you would a jig sometimes. Just pop it up every once in a while. It's pretty versatile. Seems like this time of year is the people that I watch on YouTube. It seems like that's what you hear is the preferred time frame. I've seen a whole lot of boats in here today, and I don't know where they went to. They may know something I don't know. And that's something to do too, you know, when you come fishing at a lake that you're not familiar with. Check out where people are fishing and make a mental note. And maybe even, you know, if you got a graph, swing over, you know, and pop a waypoint down. Because, you know, you may have local people that fish over here a lot, and they know where all the hot spots are. Especially if you come over and you start noticing people in one spot. I hear a squirrel. Guys, I'm gonna make one more cast after this one. think I'm going to change it up, and I'll come back to you in a minute. Alright guys, so fishing a crankbait. This was not the crankbait that I started with. So crankbait I started with has been donated to the Wilgreen Lake crankbait collection. It got hung up. I tried everything I could. It didn't come back. It got left. And it's kind of weird because I actually found that bait hanging in a tree over here. Caught many fish on it, and now it's back in my possession of the lake again. So, still kind of rolling with this crankbait. I'm gonna fish it a little bit longer. I'm gonna roll down through this creek here, see if maybe the water's warmer and we can get the fish moving around. But if that doesn't work, I'm gonna switch over to something different. Not so much retrieve. I'm gonna go to more finesse fishing. So we'll see what happens. The wind still isn't all that bad, at least not right here, so I could probably get away with some finesse fishing and it'd be okay. I was hoping that the fish would be jumping in the boat, but they are not. So I'm trying to fish a bunch of different depths. Right now I'm sitting in 8 foot of water, so I've been fishing kind of parallel to the bank. I've been coming out a little bit, fished about 8 foot, then I've come out a little bit more and been paralleling and trying to fish just different depths of water, you know, with different retrieves, slow, stop sometimes, you know. So far, no luck. But that's what you gotta do. You gotta kind of mix it up a little bit sometimes. See what happens. See if you can find the fish. Kind of shallow over there, so I got my rod up, just fishing a little bit slower. Nope. Kind of, we'll throw this one kind of in the middle, see what happens. Oh, boss, here we go. We got one. There we go, guys. There we go. He was up on the bank. That one was, but you know, we're gonna see if we can't catch a couple more. Maybe a little bit bigger. Man, that feels good. You know what I mean? That first fish, man. Because you sit there, you know, and the rest of the day, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Rest of the day, I'm kind of good with whatever happens now. I caught me a fish. It would have been a good day anyway, but now it's even better, so let's keep casting. I was thinking about changing baits, but now, I don't know. I think I'll stay with it. That's the toughest thing about having a fishing show is not catching fish sometimes. So I'm really glad I did manage to catch something, show you guys. But you know, that's fishing. I mean, sometimes you slay them, and sometimes they slay you. They've slayed me. Seems like a bunch more times. I don't know. But you know, that's what keeps me coming out here. Just, you know, number one thing that keeps me coming out here is just you can look around. You can see just, you know, how beautiful it is out here on the water. How quiet it is. Listen to the birds. You know, just, man, just chillax. And that's what really gets me out here now. Catching fish is a bonus. A very good bonus. Because, you know, you're out here trying to figure it out. You know, it's even if you're not fishing tournaments, I mean, it's competitive. You know, you're trying to outsmart the fish. You're trying to figure them out. And today, that's what I've been doing, trying to figure them out. I mean, I've been casting these crankbaits, just trying to cover some water and kind of seeing if I can pick one up here and there, but, you know, figure out where they're at. But, you know, I told y'all a minute ago I had that idea that I was probably going to go ahead and... Uh-oh, up here. I told you I was probably going to go ahead and switch over and go to finesse. And I probably still will. And it's probably going to be Texas rig worm. I mean, that's my favorite. It's my favorite. When I was little, my dad taught me how to fish with one, and he always had luck on it. And you know, that's just always been my go-to. You know, I slow it down and, you know, kind of become one with the bait. You know, kind of feel my way along the bottom and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, it's just it's good times, man. It's just slowing it down, you know. Because sometimes life is so hectic, and I think that's why I like fishing, you know, that finesse style fishing, because it's just slowing it down, you know, slowing my life down, slowing everything down. Because even right now, you know, I'm sitting here throwing this crankbait, and I find myself every once in a while, I have to catch myself, because I'll start just ripping it back. I mean, just burning it back, you know. Because it seems like that's how life is for me all the time. It's just 100 miles an hour all the time. And it's hard to slow it down sometimes. Guys, I'm gonna share a little bit more of this little portion. And then, like I said, I think I'm gonna change it up, man. I'm gonna throw on that Texas. Uh-oh. We got one. Oh, we got a good one. Oh gosh. Oh man, he's a good one. Oh, man, he almost come up. That's close. Stay on there. I was gonna change it over. I don't know. Another just healthy looking bass, man. Good looking fish. I love it. Let's just keep rolling. Let's keep rolling with this. Now that time I was out in deeper water. I didn't throw up on the bank that time. I kind of, you know, where I told you I was going in, parallel, and a little bit in the middle, a little bit out. I was out that time. So, you know, we'll see. I don't know. It's kind of hard to figure out a pattern, but, you know, they are hitting this crankbait. You know, they are hitting this moving bait. So, that's always a good sign. But I've slowed down that retrieve too, and I think that's helping. And I'm telling you, man, it takes a lot of mental discipline to do it, because I keep catching myself wanting to just burn it in. And I don't think that's what them fish want right now. The water's cool. I don't think they're overly aggressive, but you know, if something comes by and catches their eye, I think they will hit it. So let me see if I can get this turned back over here. Show y'all what I'm looking at. Got a bunch of laydowns, trees coming out there, dead heads coming out the water, dead heading into the water. So, you know, I'm going to throw over to the bank and come out, and then I'm going to come out a little bit more, come out, bring it back, you know, see if we can find a area of that water that they're hanging out in. See, I'm going to throw this one out here a little bit farther. I'll start out on the bank, and I'll bring him out here a little bit farther and parallel. Slow it down, burning it again. Come out even a little bit farther this time. This is about where I was when I caught that one last time, I think, about out here. About 13 foot of water. I'm gonna go out just a little bit more and come back. See what this is. I caught a real nice one here one time, I remember. Uh-oh, that guy's got me another one. Oh gosh, this is another good one. He is big. Dang. Holy shit, guys, look at this hog, man. Get it. Look at this hog. I'd say that's every bit of 3 pounds. Man, what a nice fish. I'm gonna have to take a picture of this one. Get it back out here, guys. Let's keep going. We're gonna get back on it. We're gonna get out here a little bit. So what we're seeing is we got a pattern. Okay, we're out off the bank. We're sitting at about 13, 14 foot of water. This crankbait's probably getting down to around 10. So, and we're doing a real slow retrieve. Well, all right, guys. So, after I talked to you last, I put on I tried a spinnerbait, another light color. Okay, I had a white spinnerbait, and I was fishing it for a little bit. Ended up missing a nice one. I mean, I'm gonna say probably in that 3 to 4 pounds category or something. I mean, I was sitting there trying to play him too much on that just single hook spinnerbait. I should have dogged him back to the boat and netted him, but you know, that's how it goes sometimes. So anyway, now I'm on my way. I'm changing direction a little bit. I'm getting out of this creek. I'm going to go over to another spot that I've had some luck with. Now I will say this: I'm going back to the crankbait. Okay. I haven't tried the finesse fishing yet. So far I've caught fish on crankbaits, and I caught them on that spinnerbait. So, I mean, these fish, they seem to be responding to that swim bait style fishing, you know, cast and retrieve. They like that bait moving. So, I'm going to keep giving it to them. And I'll throw this GoPro on here in a minute, and hopefully I can catch another fish or two to show you. So, and I just ate lunch. What a great day, man. Sitting out here picnicking, man, nice and cool. I'd say it's in the mid-60s, got a little bit of breeze. I mean, it's nice. You know, and this morning my plan was, or what I was thinking, I thought these fish, with the color of this water, I thought that I was going to have to use some darker colors. But so far today, everything I've fished has been something that's just white. White seems to be popping today. I don't know, I tried the darker colors and it's darker water, but I ain't had any luck on that, so we're just gonna stick with what's working. We'll probably fish another couple hours and then we'll call it. We've had a good day. I mean, it's been a good day. Well, guys, it's got windy, so we're gonna keep crankbait fishing, but we're gonna fish with the wind. We're gonna cover some distance. We're gonna stick with the crankbait. I tried some other things, they weren't working, so we'll keep hanging with that and we'll see what we can do. Sometimes it's just better to go with the wind, especially when you got a kayak. I mean, I think right now that's what we're gonna have to do. So this bank here, right now I'm sitting at 18 foot. I got a feeling it's a little bit deeper. So, you know, it seems like those fish have been hanging out in the deeper water. So we'll just get up on this bank and we'll parallel it, and we'll see if we can't pick up another big one or something. Alright, so we're sitting in good water right here. This is where we was catching them earlier, so we'll see if we can continue that. I'm going to have to turn the camera over this way. I'm fishing on this side. I haven't got all these angles down yet. It's 57 degrees is what kind of water temperature we got. 57.3. Water is cooling down. Winter is coming. Alright, you can see I'm excited. I'm burning it back in. We're gonna try to resist that. Slow it down. Just gonna let that wind just blow us right down this bank, basically. Now at the end of this video, I'll show you what I was fishing with today. Some of these baits, I don't remember what they're called. So, because I'm not sponsored by nobody. If I had to memorize them for money, I probably would, but ain't nobody paying me, so I don't memorize them. I just look at them. If they look good, I buy them. Or if I've heard of them, sometimes I'll get on different channels and I'll hear somebody talking about a bait. So, you know, when I go looking for it, at least I know it by name, but I don't never remember the names of these baits. All I know is this is I believe this is Bass Pro Shops, one of their crankbaits, I believe. Or no, this might be a KBD. Anyway, you can look at it there. You know, just a deep running old bait's got a whole lot of action. It's got some little balls in it. Makes some noise. Give it a little bit of shake. A little bit of noise, a little bit of shake. I know I don't want to lose it like I did that other one. These baits are costly, man. I hate it. It was so windy today, though. I got it hung up, and I got a big hook that I use to get the baits out most of the time, and it was just so windy. It just kept blowing me all over the place, and I couldn't get a hold of it. I mean, the boat just kept going everywhere. It was a pain. Well, it looks like all I needed to do was turn off my recorder, and then I would catch me another one. Not no monster, but hey, we'll take it, right? I may have to turn this back off because it seems like the new pattern is I catch fish when I'm not recording. So I get this boat straight back up. And that was just, you know, a good slow retrieve. That's kind of what's been working. I mean, just every once in a while I'll even stop it. So I'll cast out there and I'll start reeling. Just keeping it slow. And just stop every once in a while. Reel, stop. And sometimes I've been getting that. They'll hit it right when I stop. I'll feel it, a little tug. I tell you, we've had a good day. I mean, I think I got out here about 9:30. So I've been fishing about 3 hours. And I have caught quite a few fish. And I mean, I probably had, well, I caught one fish, I'd say he was about 4 pounds. I had another one that I had on. I mean, the fish was on. I never did. I just seen him right when he got off. But he was a big one. He was probably about 4 or 5 pounds. Had him on a crankbait. I was just getting ready to change baits again. I mean, I was getting ready to go back to that chatterbait that I started with this morning, but I don't know. I mean, you know, everything I've caught today has been on a light colored, and I've got light colored chatterbaits. You know what? I tell you what we're gonna do. All right. I'm gonna make one last cast because that's what we always do. Make one more cast with this right here. All right. And then I tell you what we're gonna do. All right. So today. Alright, so I'll tell you, today what we've done is we have caught fish consistently on a light colored white bait. That's the fish that I've caught today, whether it's spinner bait, not the one, whether it was spinner bait or whatever. I caught the fish. Did I take it off? I always clip my rods in, guys, because I'm telling you, you'll lose them. I've seen many a buddy dump theirs in the lake. Mine, thank goodness I haven't dumped one yet. But it happens. It happens. Alright, so here's what we started out today. Had this chatterbait. Okay, it's red and black. Red and black does not seem to be what they're wanting. So, I just so happen to have a white chatterbait. And that is what I'm going to put on. If I don't run into the bank before that. Look here, guys. That's going to do it. That's going to be it. That's what we're going to, we're going to burn them up. Patterns come in all kinds of different shapes and sizes. So, we've tried fishing different depths today, different retrieves. You know, we've tried all kinds of different stuff. But the only thing that's been consistent today has been the color that's been catching. So, with that in mind, we're going to try something new, but we're going to stick with the color that they've been liking today, which is white. Something white. So, let's see what we can do here. Alright, so I'm back from fishing, and I figured I'd go ahead and show you what baits that I used. So, I'm going to go ahead and get online, and I'll bring them up, and I'll throw links in the description. So if you want to buy one of them, you can. Like I said, I'm not sponsored by anybody, so, you know, it's just some things that I fished today and ended up having some luck with. So let's take a look at them. Okay, so we'll go ahead and look here. So this is the Strike King 3XD Series Pro model crankbait. Alright, 2-inch with green gizzard shad is the color. Alright, so this is the one that I actually fished with that day. You know, and this is the one that caught the fish. I mean, you know, the majority. It just seemed like the fish that day, they were looking for something that was moving. And that's what I found to have luck with, you know. And with the crankbait, you can cover a lot of area and you can try to locate them. And, you know, we found some, and hey, we had a good time. So down in the description, I will put a link, okay, the Cabela's link, but you can buy them from wherever you want to. I'm not sponsored by any of these baits companies or anything, so this is just baits that day I looked at, and I said, hey, let's try these out and see if anything happens. And today they work, so, you know, I just thought I'd share them with you. Alright, so the next one is the Strike King Premier Plus Double Colorado Spinnerbait. Alright, so this is the one that I fished, okay, and you can see it has a double Colorado blades. Now, the one in the picture, okay, has a trailer hook, okay. Now, I did not have one with this one, okay, and I don't even remember it coming with one, so, but, you know, nowadays maybe they do sell it with that, but that's the one that I fished, and, you know, this is the one that I lost that one fish on. And what happened was I was messing with my GoPro camera because I didn't have it on, and I wanted to capture me actually catching a fish, and the fish got some slack and he got off. So, you know, with that trailer hook, you know, that can help with that, because I know anybody that's fished spinnerbaits has lost fish, okay, because you got that one hook there, and, you know, they get a little bit of slack, you know, start whipping that head and they'll get off. I mean, I feel like you pretty much have to dog them in and get them out before they, you know, do a whole lot of flopping back and forth and all that kind of stuff, because you will lose them. You'll lose them. And well, I don't know that it'll ruin your day, but it'll make you shake your head, man, and want to say bad stuff. Alright, so anyway, the trailer that I had on that, okay, was this one right here, okay, And this is just, you know, these Cabela's puts these out, says it's their Fisherman Series to go, and it's just a 3.5-inch swim minnow. Okay, and as you can see, you know, it has that little kicker tail, you know, as it comes through the water. You know, it just gives it a little more action, you know, and I like to, a lot of times I like to try to match up my trailers with my baits, you know, kind of that light color. And it just gives you a little more action coming out the back, and they just can't stand it. They see that, you know, you get that reaction strike. So that's what you're looking for. All right, so the last bait that I used, okay, it was a chatterbait, and I don't have a link for this one, okay? So this is it right here. And so this is, we won't say chatterbait because I don't want to use their name. This is a bladed jig. Okay, and this was made by some local guy here in Kentucky. I wish I could remember his name because I'd give him credit for it, but I can't remember. But I bought this from him in at a fishing expo in Winchester, Kentucky. And if he's watching, if you want to drop your name on there, you know, I'd be glad to give you credit. So I was fishing that in a trailer that I had. I don't really remember where I got the trailer either. I think I got it at the same place, okay? It kind of looks like a brush hog, okay? And it sticks out there a little bit farther than I see some people fishing with. You know, it comes out there way behind it, but you know, I was looking that day, I was fishing stained water, and I wanted to I thought that I was going to have to fish a darker color, so this is what I went with to start with. And I figured it being cold, you know, I would want the bait to have a whole lot of action because I was wanting that reaction strike. You know, this might have enticed them into hitting it. But what I found out that day was, you know, they were liking light colored baits. So, you know, hey, had to switch it up a little bit. So I went to the crankbait and the spinner bait, and then there at the end of the day, I had a chatterbait and I went with the lighter color, but you know, by that time, I don't know. I was about done fishing that day, so I threw it a couple times, and then I just went ahead and called it. So anyway, that's the rundown, and like I said, links to those are in the description. The ones that I bought from the guy there at the Fishing Expo, I wish that I could give you credit, but I just can't remember your name. I'll try to write it down next time. But, you know, when you're out, hey, local fishing expos, there's a lot of people out there making baits, okay? And they're making some good stuff, and it's a lot cheaper for you because, I mean, fishing can get real expensive. And if you don't believe me, you could ask my wife, and she would tell you that, yes, it does get expensive, and I've told you not to buy any baits, but I do anyway. So, you know, it's my thing. I appreciate you stopping by. Well, all right, guys. So, I think we're going to call it a day. We're over here at Wilgreen Lake today doing some mid-fall fishing. We had some luck. We've been out here about 3 hours, and the fishing has been pretty good. I mean, I don't have any complaints. I don't know, I might have caught 10 fish altogether. I caught 2 fish that were definitely, one of them was about 2-3 pounds, one of them was 4 or 5 pounds. Had one get off, I mean, I had him hooked. I had one get off, it was about probably 5 pounds. I've caught a bunch of little 12-inch bass, and it's just been a good day. I mean, it's a good day fishing. This is probably my last fishing outing for the year. I usually call it, especially usually in October, but this is November, so this is probably it for the year. But man, it's been a good run. Coming up in some future episodes, I still will focus on some fishing. I'll have to put my toys away for the year, so I'll show you what I do as far as my propel drive maintenance. I'll show you how I maintenance my fishing reels and everything to keep them running good. We'll go through the tackle box and see how I got stuff organized and get it set up. And yeah, should have some good episodes. So guys, I appreciate you going fishing with me. It's been good. It's been a good time. So you all make sure you navigate outdoors. I'll be doing a lot of hiking coming up here pretty soon, maybe some backpacking and camping. So It's gonna be good times, man. It's always good times when you navigate outdoors. You navigate outdoors, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.